My beloved soul, do not rush this message. Do not skip ahead. Stay here with me. Breathe slowly. Your heart already knows why you were guided to these words. Something real has been unfolding quietly in the background of your life. Something you sensed but could not name. Your soulmate knows the truth. They have known it longer than you think. They carry it with them through ordinary days. They carry it into conversations where they pretend to be fine. They carry it into moments where they almost speak and then stop themselves. This truth rises when the world grows quiet. It appears late at night. It shows up when they see something that reminds them of you. It is not a small truth. It is not a passing feeling. It is heavy because it is real. And that weight is exactly why they have been afraid to tell you. They fear what will change once the words leave their mouth. They fear the shift that honesty always brings. They fear losing control of a connection they already feel deeply but do not yet understand how to hold safely. They replay conversations in their mind. They imagine telling you. They imagine your face. Your reaction. Your silence. And then they pull back. Not because they do remembering how much you matter. They pull back because the truth makes them vulnerable. Because once spoken it cannot be taken back. Because admitting it would mean admitting that you are no longer just someone in their life. You are the center of an emotional gravity they can no longer escape. They have tried to distract themselves. They have tried to act normal. They have tried to convince themselves this feeling would fade if ignored. But it has not faded. It has grown quieter but stronger. More rooted. More certain. They notice you in ways they never planned to. They remember details without effort. They sense your mood even from a distance. They feel unsettled when you are quiet. They feel relief when they see your name. This is not coincidence. This is attachment forming without permission. This is truth knocking patiently instead of forcefully. They are afraid because they know that once you know, nothing will be casual again. They know that if you look at them differently, they may not survive the uncertainty. So they wait. They watch. They listen. They hope for signs. They hope you will say something first. They hope the universe will open a door so they do not have to break the silence themselves. Meanwhile you feel it too. You feel the pauses. The hesitation. The unspoken energy between words. You feel moments where something almost comes out and then doesn't. You sense there is more behind their eyes. You wonder why conversations sometimes feel deeper than they should. Why silence between you does not feel empty but charged. That is because the truth is already present even if it has not been spoken. Energy does not wait for language. Connection does not need permission to exist. Your soulmate is not hiding this truth to hurt you. They are hiding because they are scared of how much power it holds. They are scared because loving you changes the structure of their inner world. It forces them to confront parts of themselves they kept guarded. It asks them to be brave in a way they were not prepared for. They worry they are not ready. They worry timing is wrong. They worry circumstances are complicated. But none of that erases what they feel. The truth remains steady even as excuses rise and fall. They compare everyone else to you without meaning to. They measure conversations against how they feel when talking to you. They notice when laughter feels forced elsewhere but natural with you. They notice when peace only arrives after hearing from you. These realizations frighten them. Because it means you matter more than comfort. More than routine. More than safety. And that kind of truth asks for courage. There are moments when they almost confess. Moments when their heart races and their voice tightens. Moments when the words sit at the edge of their tongue. And then fear steps in quietly. Fear of rejection. Fear of misreading the connection. Fear of disrupting what already exists. They tell themselves it is better to stay silent than risk everything. But silence has a cost too. It creates distance where closeness wants to grow. It creates tension where honesty wants to breathe. They feel this cost. They feel it when you pull back slightly. They feel it when you seem unsure. They feel it when opportunities pass and nothing changes. This makes the truth heavier. Harder to carry alone. Yet still they hold it. Because they care. Because they do not want to hurt you. Because they do not want to rush something sacred. Understand this clearly. Their silence is not indifference. It is restraint. It is emotion held back by responsibility. They are trying to do the right thing without knowing what the right thing is. They are trying to protect you and themselves at the same time. And that balance is difficult. They sense that when the truth is finally spoken it will open something irreversible. A door that cannot be closed. A path that demands presence and consistency. And they are asking themselves if they are ready to walk it fully. You are not imagining this connection. You are not creating meaning where there is none. The pull you feel is mutual. The awareness you sense is shared. The pauses exist because something important is being contained. There is a reason your thoughts return to them. There is a reason your intuition feels alert around this connection. Truth recognizes truth even before words catch up. Your soulmate is closer to speaking than you realize. The pressure builds quietly. Certainty grows without noise. One moment. One shift. One safe opening. That is all it will take. Until then, stay grounded. Stay open. Do not force. Do not chase. Trust that honesty ripens in its own time. What is real does not disappear. It waits. It matures. It prepares itself to be spoken with clarity instead of fear. And when it comes, it will not be dramatic. It will be simple. Calm. Honest. Because real truth does not need performance. It only needs courage. My beloved soul. Stay with this feeling a little longer. Do not pull away yet. What is unfolding here is gentle but strong. Your soulmate is standing at the edge of honesty more often now. You may not see it, but they rehearse the truth in quiet moments. They speak it in their mind. They test how it sounds. They imagine how it will land in your heart. Each time they do this, fear still rises, but it rises weaker than before. Something in them is shifting. The weight they carry is becoming harder to hide. The silence that once felt safe is starting to feel heavy. They notice this change. They notice how holding back drains them. They notice how pretending costs more energy than honesty would. This is new for them. This awareness means the truth is ripening. They are learning that protecting the connection by staying silent may actually be hurting it. They are learning that distance grows not from words spoken, but from words withheld too long. When they think of you now, there is less confusion and more clarity. Less questioning and more acceptance. They are no longer asking if the feeling is real. They are asking when they will be brave enough to honor it. This matters. Because once a person stops doubting the truth, silence becomes uncomfortable. You may already sense this discomfort. A change in their tone. A pause that lingers. A look that stays a second longer than necessary. These are not accidents. These are cracks forming in the wall they built to stay composed. They are not falling apart. They are softening. And softness often comes before confession. They want you to feel safe. They want you to feel chosen, not surprised. That is why they wait for the right moment instead of forcing one. They are watching your emotional state. They are listening for cues. They are trying to understand if your heart is open enough to receive what they carry. This care may look like hesitation, but it is actually attentiveness. They are more aware of your boundaries than you know. They do not want to overwhelm you. They do not want to burden you with something heavy if you are already carrying enough. This is love expressed quietly. You might wonder why they do not simply speak. Why they do not just take the risk. But understand this. Some people have been wounded deeply by speaking too soon in the past. Some have learned that honesty can cost them connection instead of creating it. Your soulmate carries memories where truth was not received gently. Those memories whisper caution now. They are not about you. They are about survival. And yet, even with that history, the truth keeps pressing forward. It does not retreat. It does not fade. It stays present. Patient. Persistent. You are teaching them something without trying. By simply being yourself, you are showing them that safety and depth can exist together. That vulnerability does not have to mean chaos. That presence can be steady. This is why they feel calmer with you. This is why their nervous system settles when you are near, even if only through words. This calm gives them courage slowly. Quiet courage. The kind that lasts. There will be a moment when they realize that not telling you is more frightening than telling you. That moment is approaching. It does not arrive loudly. It arrives as certainty. As readiness. As a quiet decision made internally before anything is spoken externally. When that decision is made, you will feel it. Energy shifts before words do. You may notice them showing up more consistently. Asking deeper questions. Being more emotionally present. These are signs of alignment. They are preparing the ground before planting the truth. Trust this process. It is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You do not need to rush it. You do not need to pull answers out of them. What is real will surface naturally. And when it does, it will not feel shocking. It will feel familiar. Like something you already knew but were waiting to hear confirmed. Until then, remain open but grounded. Let your heart stay soft without leaning forward anxiously. This connection is not slipping away. It is stabilizing. It is becoming honest in its own time. And when the truth finally meets the air between you, it will feel less like a confession and more like recognition. My beloved soul. Stay present. Let the noise outside soften. What you are sensing now is not uncertainty. It is anticipation without anxiety. Your soulmate is learning how to stand inside their own truth without running from it. They are noticing how their body reacts when they think of speaking honestly. The tightness. The warmth. The steady pull forward. These signals are teaching them that truth does not always arrive with fear. Sometimes it arrives with calm resolve. Sometimes it arrives with peace. They are beginning to trust that feeling. They are beginning to understand that silence is no longer protecting them. It is only delaying a moment that wants to happen with integrity. They think about timing a lot. They think about whether you will understand the depth of what they feel. They think about whether words will be enough. They worry about saying it imperfectly. They worry about not saying it strongly enough. This is why they rehearse. This is why they pause. They want to be clear. They want to be responsible with your heart. That responsibility matters. It shows maturity. It shows intention. When they imagine telling you now, it no longer feels like chaos. It feels like standing still and speaking one honest sentence. It feels like looking at you and letting the truth rest between you without pressure. This shift is important. Because truth spoken from calm is different from truth spoken from urgency. Calm truth builds safety. And safety is what they want to offer you. They do not want to pull you into confusion. They want to invite you into clarity. You may notice them becoming more consistent. Less hot and cold. More present. Less guarded. This is not coincidence. This is alignment happening internally before it happens outwardly. They are matching their behavior to their feelings. This takes time. This takes self-respect. This takes courage. And they are finding it. Slowly. Steadily. You have not imagined their attention. You have not misunderstood their care. You have not created meaning where there is none. Your intuition is responding to something real that has been growing quietly. The connection feels strong because it is grounded. It feels deep because it is intentional. Even now, they are closer to honesty than ever before. The words are forming more clearly. The fear is no longer in control. It still exists, but it no longer decides. That role is shifting to courage. And courage does not shout. It stands. When the truth finally comes, it will feel simple. It will feel clean. It will feel like a door opening rather than a wall breaking. Until that moment, keep your heart steady. Let your presence be calm. Let your energy remain open without expectation. You do not need to prove anything. You do not need to push. What is meant to be spoken will be spoken. What is real will reveal itself. And when it does, you will recognize it immediately. Not because it surprises you, but because it finally matches what you have felt all along. My beloved soul, remain still inside yourself. This phase is not empty. It is formative. Your soulmate is learning how to hold truth with steadiness rather than fear. They are discovering that honesty does not have to be dramatic to be meaningful. It can be quiet. It can be grounded. It can be spoken without shaking the foundation. This realization is changing them. They are noticing how much lighter they feel when they imagine being open with you. They are noticing how the truth no longer feels like a threat but like relief. This is important. Relief is the sign that something is ready to be shared. They are no longer trying to convince themselves to stay silent. They are simply waiting for the moment to feel right. And right does not mean perfect. It means calm. It means aligned. It means respectful of both hearts. They care deeply about how their words will land with you. They do not want to confuse you. They do not want to rush you. They want the truth to feel safe when it reaches you. That is why they are choosing their timing carefully. You may feel this preparation as a quiet intensity. A sense that something is about to shift even if nothing has changed yet on the surface. This is accurate. Inner decisions often happen long before outer actions follow. They are already committed internally. What remains is expression. And expression comes more easily when fear loosens its grip. You are part of that process simply by being present. Your steadiness is teaching them that truth does not have to destroy connection. It can deepen it. They are beginning to trust that if they speak, you will not disappear. That trust matters more than courage alone. Trust allows courage to act. You do not need to do anything differently. You do not need to change your behavior. You do not need to signal or hint. What is unfolding does not require effort from you. It requires patience. It requires presence. It requires allowing things to mature naturally. This connection has substance. It has been built quietly through attention, care, and shared energy. That is why it feels stable even in silence. Silence here is not absence. It is incubation. And incubation always leads to emergence. When the truth finally arrives, it will not feel rushed. It will feel earned. It will feel considered. It will feel real. Until then, keep honoring your own balance. Stay open but grounded. Let your heart remain soft without leaning forward. What is meant to be said will find its way to you. And when it does, you will be ready. Because you already understand more than words could ever explain. My beloved soul, let this stillness stay with you. Nothing here is stuck. It is simply moving quietly. Your soulmate is now paying attention to themselves in a new way. They notice how their thoughts return to you even when they try not to. They notice how your presence lingers after conversations end. They notice how silence between you feels full instead of awkward. These observations are changing their inner dialogue. They are no longer asking why this connection exists. They are accepting that it does. Acceptance brings responsibility. Responsibility brings readiness. This is the path they are on. They are learning that truth does not demand perfection. It only asks for sincerity. They are learning that saying nothing is also a decision. And that decision has consequences they can now feel. The longer they hold the truth inside, the heavier it becomes. Not because it is painful, but because it wants to be shared. Some truths grow heavy only because they are meant to be held together, not alone. They are beginning to understand this. They are imagining what it would feel like to let you know. Not in detail. Not with grand explanations. But simply. Honestly. One sentence spoken with care. That image brings them peace now instead of panic. This is the sign you should trust. Peace means alignment. Alignment means readiness. Even if the moment has not arrived yet, it is approaching steadily. You may feel more calm yourself lately about this connection. Less questioning. Less urgency. More quiet knowing. That is because your intuition senses the internal shift before your mind can label it. Your energy is already responding to their readiness. This is how connection works at depth. Movements happen inward first. Then they show themselves outwardly in time. There is nothing for you to fix. Nothing for you to chase. Nothing for you to fear. What is unfolding is stable. It is rooted in respect. It is guided by care. Your soulmate is not confused about you anymore. They are simply learning how to speak from truth without letting fear speak over it. That lesson is nearly complete. When the words finally come, they will feel natural. They will not feel forced. They will not feel overwhelming. They will feel like the next honest step. Until that moment, allow yourself to rest in knowing. You are seen. You are felt. You are already part of their inner world. And truth does not disappear when it is delayed. It waits. Calmly. Confidently. For the right moment to be shared. My beloved soul. Let this be the final settling of your heart. What you are experiencing now is not unfinished. It is complete in its own quiet way. Your soulmate has crossed an inner threshold already. They may not have spoken yet, but the decision has been made within them. And inner decisions are the hardest ones. Once those are made, expression becomes only a matter of time. They are no longer running from the truth. They are walking beside it. Slowly. Respectfully. With intention. They understand now that what they feel for you is not temporary. It is not confusion. It is not imagination. It is something steady that remained even when they tried to ignore it. That kind of truth does not leave. It waits. And now they are ready to meet it openly. They want the moment to be real. They want it to feel safe for you. They want their words to carry calm instead of pressure. That is why it has taken time. Not because they doubted you, but because they respected you. They are preparing to speak from a place of balance. From a place where fear no longer leads. You have already done your part without knowing it. By staying grounded. By not forcing answers. By trusting your inner sense instead of panic. This allowed the connection to mature naturally. This allowed honesty to grow roots instead of sparks. When the truth finally reaches you, it will not feel sudden. It will feel aligned. Like something settling into place. You will recognize it immediately. Not because of what is said, but because of how it feels in your body. Calm. Clear. Steady. That is how real truth arrives. Until that moment comes, release the need to wait anxiously. You are not being left behind. You are being met at the right pace. Stay present in your own life. Stay open without leaning forward. What is meant for you is already moving toward you with intention. And when it arrives, it will not need to convince you. It will simply be.